I just appreciate the sincere people that value us. Sincere people with sincere questions get sincere answers. And I can remember being a member, non-staff, with sincere questions and found elders. I mean, I even found you as an elder before you were on staff, and were able to ask some questions and was handled very well. And it helped my growth and maturity. And kind of in that same vein, there's a sincere question, I believe, here that has come in. It says, now that Brady Boyd has resigned, can we expect a statement from Pastor Jimmy?
Yeah, so let me address that. And I know there was a question. I don't know if this was one from last week. I know this was the one from last week. Okay. So there was a question about this that had come in last week. So let me, just for those that are hearing this that may not know, Pastor Brady Boyd is an apostolic elder of Trinity Fellowship Church. He's been a dear friend of mine for, I don't know, years and years, as well as Pastor Jimmy Evans and Kim and all of us. And he was released or asked to resign by the elders of New Life Church a week and a half ago. And there's circumstances surrounding that with the church. So here's what I would say. And the reason I didn't say anything last week and didn't want to address it, we had an elders meeting this last Tuesday to give us an opportunity to address it. And I wanted to make sure that we as the elders of Trinity Fellowship Church were representing this well. But at the same time, I don't know how many people, I mean, I'm still finding people that don't know anything about it. So I will probably not, to answer part of that question, I will not make a public statement in terms of through the pulpit, because I don't want to be a part of stirring the gossip pot. That really it concerns me and out of love for my friend. That being said, when it comes to this specific issue, I am very well aware of all of the details. In fact, happened just because he is my friend. I was on the phone with him the Monday afternoon. He and I were just doing our usual catch up. And he thought everything was great. Then he calls me Tuesday and said the elders just asked me to resign, called me Tuesday morning. So, and then been with him, you know, either text or on the phone every day since. And so love Brady. I probably will not comment on New Life and their choices and their situation. So, because that's them, I want to respect, though I don't necessarily agree with their decision, I respect that they are the elders of the church and they have a right to make decisions the way they want to make decisions. That being said, when we ask Pastor Brady to be an apostolic elder, well, first of all, what is an apostolic elder? So an apostolic elder, we have three of them at Trinity Fellowship Church. It's Brady Boyd, Jimmy Evans, and Pastor Jim LaFoon. And so these are our apostolic elders. So they really serve two functions. The formal function of an apostolic elder is, according to our bylaws, if there was ever an issue that we as the elders could not resolve, by a vote of 51%, we can kick it up to our apostolic elders, and then we are bound to their decision, and whatever their decision would be. And it's really a way of preventing a church split. You know, it's kind of a pressure relief valve in the event that something really starts going off the rails. We have wise counsel that can come in. And because of that, that's why I try to have them, you know, obviously not Pastor Jimmy, he was part of the church anyway, but I try to have Brady in once a year. In fact, Brady was supposed to be with us 2 weeks ago. And the person that was going to preach for him, his son got in a bicycle accident and had to have surgery. So Brady had to cancel, stay back instead of preaching for us. But I try to have them in regularly so our congregation knows who they are. But more practically, what the apostolic elders do is they serve as wise counsel to us. So that, you know, I mean, when we have questions, these are the people we call. You know, 9 years ago, when I first became senior pastor of Trinity, I became senior pastor on a Wednesday, January of 2016, and then we had a lawsuit that was very publicly filed on the following Monday. You know, who do I call? Well, I call Brady, because Brady has dealt with media attention and how do you address and what's the right, you know, so he is wise counsel in all kinds of things. Just like Pastor Jimmy. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Kim and I find ourselves on Pastor Jimmy and Karen's back porch, like, help us. You know, we need help. How do we get through this? So they're wise counsel to us. Jim LaFoon regularly calls us and says, hey, I was praying for you and this is what I believe God's saying. So that's who the apostolic elders are. So they're there for that emergency relief valve, but they're also there as wise counsel. So when I look at that, you know, the question that we ask the elders is, did Brady disqualify himself in some way, either through sin or through, his actions, if there's any disqualifying conduct? And to be honest, we can find none. no disqualifying conduct that Brady committed. Therefore, Brady continues to be a friend and an apostolic elder of Trinity Fellowship, and I'm very proud of both. I'm proud to call him a friend, and I'm proud to call him an apostolic elder of Trinity Fellowship. So we stand with him. Now, I know New Life, they have their things that they're trying to figure out, and I was praying for him this morning. So
it's awesome. Thank you, Pastor Jimmy, for that. Thank you for your leadership. So grateful for the elders. And we're going to continue. That's a great opportunity for us to continue to pray for Pastor Brady.
Yes.
And for New Life as well. And so thank you for that.
And I might add just one piece. I did reach out, New Life has apostolic elders as well, both of which I know. And so I reached out to them in this process as well, just basically saying, hey, is there, just as a matter of due diligence, is there something I'm not seeing? Are we missing something? And both of them said, absolutely not. And so.
Thank you for that.